A brave Twi'lek from planet Ryloth, a general in the army of the Republic, a powerful Jedi Master, AAYLA SECURA was more than an exotic-looking background character with blue skin in the original trilogy. Well, the first trilogy, the prequels? The ones with Padme? Yeah. AAYLA always had a strong connection with the Force, which helped as she was trained by Quinlan Vos, an also powerful, yet sometimes controversial Jedi Master. AAYLA saw her way up the Jedi ranks from Vos's tutelage as a Padawan to a Jedi Knight, and then continuing on to become a Jedi Master and General of the Clone Wars. Now, as a General, Secura was instrumental in many battles and key victories. Never considering herself as above others and ever the courageous fighter, AAYLA was always seen leading and fighting alongside her own soldiers. The very same soldiers who would eventually betray her. Given the Order 66 while patrolling on the jungle planet Felucia, AAYLA's accompanying clone troopers, the ones she fought alongside, cared for, protected, and trusted, opened fire, shooting her in the back multiple times. Now, AAYLA was one of the first Jedi to fall to Order 66. Fallen the character may be, but very much alive the figure is. Thanks to Hasbro, fans and collectors have another chance to add this colorful character to their collections with this latest release. Hey everyone, my name is Jonathan, aka JK of JK Collects, and in this episode we are taking a closer look at the Hasbro 6-inch scale Star Wars Black Series AAYLA SECURA. Hey everyone, welcome back, and here we have it, the Jedi Master from the Attack of the Clones, AAYLA SECURA. Now hopefully I am pronouncing the name right, I feel like I am, but good old Twi'lek. Love this character. I was absolutely thrilled when they were doing a re-release of it because I definitely missed any previous ones. But there we go, right on the back, that typical Black Series packaging, a good piece of artwork of AAYLA herself. A little bit of details about the character and the usual stuff that we see, good old Disney logo. A longer version of this same artwork here on the side. Plastic still on this packaging, so it was one that flew under the radar of the reduced plastic packaging. But let's cut through some of the additional plastic that comes on these packages and pop it right on open, and let's get AAYLA out of there so we can take a closer look. Empty box, so we're going to move that out of the way without bumping the camera, and there is our pamphlet. Thank you Hasbro for that. You never let us down when it comes to pamphlet distribution. And right, so very simple. There's not much that comes with this one. She comes with a lightsaber and she comes with herself. That's it. So let's get these out of here. This should be a quick one, but darn it if it's not a good one, because I am a fan of this character. And I'll admit, I had not really paid much attention to the character long ago until a friend of mine who was heavily into Star Wars wanted to be this character for Halloween one time, and I was like, I need to research. This seems like a very cool character. All right, so first and foremost, to match the blue skin, we have the blue lightsaber, right? So when it is AAYLA's typical lightsaber, right, with all the ribs going all the way up. We've got the post so that it can hang from her. And of course, the blade can come out. There we go. I always love when it makes you pull a little bit harder than you want to, because you start to question, did they stop doing that? But there we go. So without the engaged blade. Cool. I mean, I love the sculpted detail on it. And we've got that one tiny little yellow control button right there, right? Just to pop it open, the trigger, if you will. Looks cool. Could always use some, detail, a little wash or something to help make things pop. Granted, yes, her thing is a very bright silver, and yes, she would take absolutely good care of it. But I just always feel like there could be a little bit more. I could be way wrong. It could just be a slightly different shade of silver or a light gray or something. But that's just me. I still think it looks great. But if I wanted to be picky, that would be how I would be picky. And we put the blade back in, and we have it's that typical translucent blue. So there we go. Simple enough. You've seen a lightsaber 100 times if you've seen one. But here's our good old AAYLA, right? A little bit different look than, at least from the actor from the movies. I would say this is kind of like a blend, and it's probably, maybe they couldn't really secure the rights for her face. But either way, it's a very cool looking figure, and I'm quite happy with it. Now, obviously, the articulation's not going to be anything amazing, because if I'm not mistaken, this is just a reproduction or re-release of an already created one. But just looking at said face, the detail on it, very simple, right? You didn't have to really make it too complicated with this character. She's got the headdress thing on. We've got the pieces coming back here, the wraps going around it in the brown. Definitely a very good example of how brown and blue go together very well. So there we go. And I mean, it just looks great. It's very smooth, very simple. I always like kind of the simplicity of like that comic-y, almost cartoony type look that they can have, but it kind of teeters into the realm of realism as well, right? She's an alien. She's a Twi'lek. She's not going to look exactly 100% human. Side to side, not bad, right? As far as the movement of the head. Up and down, I do not have a lot of expectation for up, obviously, because what we got going on back here. Down, not too bad, but it does kind of pop right back to almost straightforward, as you can see. So I can hold it down, but then it restores fairly well. It stays down all right, but it does still pop itself right back up. And neck is attached to the torso, again, because we're dealing with a pretty old design quite clearly here. No butterfly joint. We do have good rotation in the shoulder, but we do not have bicep, tricep. We have a single elbow that goes just slightly past 90, and then we have wrist rotation, which with this one, it has up and down. So it's like a weapon holding hand with a trigger finger. And then the other arm has the same, it just does not have the brown sleeve, right? Like we're used to. Same typical costume approach, but this one has the grip hand for the lightsaber. We have mid-torso, full range of motion, which I'm happy to see on that one, right? Back, pretty good, right? That's a good arch going on right there. Forward, not too bad. A little bit of a crunch going on there. I mean, naturally, we don't really do a lot of crunch forward when we're standing. It gets a little awkward if we do. But yeah, I appreciate the good movement there. No waist rotation, right? So we do not have a line right there. But we do have the legs, and they have decent flexibility. Not too bad. But the joints, right, being the more narrow knees, in pulling these, right, so they do flex a good bit. We have that upper thigh rotation, double knee, even if it is kind of a easily flexing semi-weak knee, it is a double knee and it is very flexible, right? So flexy and flexible. So there we go. Yeah, not bad. And we have boot rotation up at the top of the boot line. The calf does rotate. And we have forward and backward on the foot. Very impressive backwards. And forward is pretty good too, just by the way that this is designed, even though it is a boot. And of course, you can break the old Twi'lek ankle. Twi'lek ankle? I don't know what to call it. Anyway, the other leg has that same functionality. Paint, you know, not much to really be too concerned about. The wrappings up here, the brown, painted very well. There's a little bit of an imperfection right there where some of the blue kind of bleeds across. But all in all, just by looking at it, there's not really anything that stands out. I think they did a pretty good job. The dark brown doesn't seem to go as far down as we would want it to on this piece there, as you can see. Because it seems like the light is supposed to be that bottom piece of trim. You can kind of see where the line runs, but it doesn't quite, the dark brown doesn't quite get all the way down there. Same thing on the back, you know, and it may mean that I'm just absolutely wrong, but it just looks like it should go all the way down. So I stand corrected if I am wrong. I never mind being wrong, and I always love being educated if I am wrong. And then, of course, the boots have a little bit of, you know what? These are actually cast in their own brown plastic because they are separate, just plugged into this kind of maroonish cast plastic of the legs. So yeah, I appreciate that, right? So not a lot of paint necessary for this one. Therefore, not a lot of paint rub-off concern. And then the lightsaber goes in there quite nicely. And there we have it. I am absolutely thrilled. Simple figure, not a whole lot that comes with it, not a whole lot that needs to come with it, right? She's just fantastic the way she is. And that is Ayla. Well, that about brings us to the end of this episode from a galaxy far, far away. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to join us. Now, if we ever do a review of something you are trying to find for yourself, please follow and DM us on Instagram at JKCollectsToys so we can help with the search if we do not already have a way of getting one. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know, and let YouTube know by subscribing and clicking that like button. Now, the more that happens, the more YouTube will recommend us so we can hopefully reach even more collectors and help them find the things that they need. And if you'd like to see some more videos, we have some links on your screen right now for you to check out. And remember, collecting or not, we are all in this world together. Let's look out for each other. Thanks.